guess I'm live. Oh, yep, I'm live. Oh, I don't want to do this, everybody. I'm wore out. 11 miles yesterday. I'm feeling it today. Yeah. I don't know what we might just do the little I gotta do something because she's already going crazy. And she was tired when we got back from our run last night. She was like just dead tired. It is cold in here. It is actually colder inside the van than outside. Like, what the fuck? But whatever. I gotta trim my neck. It's bothering me. Yeah, so we might just do that. Plus, my battery, it looked like this morning, the sunrise was amazing. And it looked like it was going to be sunny. So I wasn't worried about the battery. And now it's cloudy and I'm not charging it hardly at all. I think I need to test the output on my solar panels, because even as low as the sun is, I should be charging more than what I am. I have 500 watts of solar and I'm not even getting 100 watts of charging out of them. So I think something must be going on. I don't know what it would be, but something is. I do have my Bluetooth controller, so I have my Bluetooth controller plugged into my thing, so I can test things. I can look at things and test them while we're going. Like right now, I wonder if I can look it up. I'll try not to lose you guys. Why? I'm not moving anywhere, so why does it say I am? I'm going to have to reset those, I guess. Somehow I'm moving at 5 miles an hour laying on the bed here. And I've gone half a mile since I went live. Look at that. Yeah, it says I'm only charging 29 watts. And it is cloudy. But being that I have 500 watts of solar, I should, even with it as cloudy as it is right now, I should be charging more than 29 watts. So I think I'm going to investigate that today and see what's going on there. Maybe it truly is that. I have no idea, but I am not up for doing this, but we got to do something. And I think it's mostly because the wind is freezing. That wind is freezing, but that's okay. We're going to do this. But we're going to I think we're just going to do the little loop. Because I just got to do enough that she is, as much as the sun is shining right now, I should definitely be charging more than 29 watts. I don't know what's going on there. So I'm going to have to check those out and see. Is it still wet? No, I don't think so. I think we're good. What is going on with my freaking covers? Make any sense? Like, what the heck is going on? Ooh, that's cold. I'm actually just gonna put my freaking coat on right now because it's cold. I guess temperature wise, it's actually not too bad out. It's like 60 degrees. But the real feel with because there's for out here high humidity, since it's been raining the last week. It's supposed to rain again starting this afternoon. That's why I need to get something done now. But the raining from all week, and then I'm gonna, oh geez, I gotta put my sockies on. The raining all week and all that, the real feel is in the 40s. So that would be why it feels really chilly, because it is chilly. And you can see, like, there's the blue sky, and then there's like all these bands of clouds. But we got to do something. That's why I haven't looked off to the south of us, which is the direction the clouds are coming from, to see. But it's supposed to be cloudy. It's not supposed to rain until around, like, right around dinner time. Wear our North Face, I think. Just to have a little something different on my feet today. But as I've discovered where we're sitting at, that could be incredibly wrong. It might rain in half an hour, even though it's like, if you look at the percentages, it's like there is a chance of rain, but it's like 14% chance of rain right now. So it's like, so you're telling me there's a chance? That's how the rain is like here. But it's supposed to be like that through tomorrow, and then on Monday when we have to leave, and we have to go to the grocery store. And, okay, get out of my face. Go. I don't know why you jump up here and you just shove your face right into my face. I think what it really is she jumps up here not knowing I'm sitting here and just barrels in, because she does that outside too. It's like she just doesn't pay attention to what's ahead of her and just barrels into things. Anyways, what was I saying before I was rudely interrupted by a little butthead? Okay, you gotta put your belt on. Hold on, everybody. I gotta take advantage of her being right here. Okay, there we go. Oh, or go behind me. Yeah, see, you look off this direction, it's freaking nice out. It's like kind of sunny, whatever. Then you go this direction, there's a rain band right there. Right above us is kind of a half rain band, like coming from the direction that the clouds are coming from. But you look off this direction, look at that. It's like sunny. But whatever, it is what it is. I'll leave you guys right there. Oh, jeez. Why did you jump this? Why did you do that? Huh? Because you just get so excited. You get so excited, you don't know how to contain yourself. She gets so excited that she doesn't know how to contain herself. I should probably put my sunglasses. Yeah, I guess I'll put my sunglasses on. Oh, now I gotta deal with this thing again being all weird. Last night when we had zero problems with the gimbal last night. I don't know why we had so much problems with it yesterday morning, and now it looks like we're having the same issues. Whatever, here's what it is. We're just gonna go for it. And then, whew, that wind is cold. Whew, even with my coat on, it's just going through me. I should have probably wore my other coat. Okay, well, we're gonna do this, I guess. She's so excited. No, we're gonna go up. We're going up. Yeah. She's like, okay, we're going up. She is such a goo. I kind of want to put my gloves on. That might actually do it. It is freaking cold. For being 60 degrees out, it is freezing. All because there's a lot of moisture in the air, and it is, oh, I need to reset the overlay. It is lying right now. We have not gone 0.6 of a miles. That should do it. There we go. Change camera views before I put my glove back on. Or put my other glove on. I haven't put it on yet. Glove on the wrong hand. What the heck? What am I doing? God dang, I'm just struggle bus this morning. No wonder I couldn't get my glove on. So I was putting the wrong glove on the hand. Oh yeah, now we're ready to go, I think. Launch is started, overlays are started. So we'll see. I guess. Oh. That wind is frigid. And it might actually be because it's coming from the direction of the mountains. And it did snow up on the mountains. So that's probably why the wind is way colder than the air temperature. Anyway, it's supposed to rain tonight through tomorrow night, and then, so I don't know if we're even going to get a run in tomorrow. That's another reason why I have to do something today. I mean, as you can see, she's already going crazy. But we got back from our run last night, and she just went out. Like, she didn't eat dinner, anything. She just went to bed. And then, like, she wouldn't even, like, I got up, because I drank a lot of water. I felt dehydrated. So I drank a lot of water last night. So, of course, I had to wake up 2 times to frickin' pee middle of the night. Once around, like, I don't know, midnight or so, and then another time around 3 o'clock, 3:30. Both times she was like, no, I'm good. Usually she's like the one waking me up to go pee. She was like, no, I'm good. Although it was really cold last night too. How did you get behind me? You're always in front of me. You weirdo. Like, she didn't even do her normal, I'm just gonna be lazy in the morning, because she's not a morning girl. I mean, I woke up late today. I think like 6:50, something like that, which is why we're so late right now. But she got up and she's been outside ever since, just doing her thing. And then starting like 45 minutes ago, she was doing her deal where she would, like, I hadn't seen her for like an hour and a half, you know, and then all of a sudden she comes jumping up in the van, and then she looks at me like, why are you not getting ready for a run? It's like, because we haven't been awake that long. Haven't even finished my cup of coffee. Since when? Like, usually you're sleeping next to me still at this point. And then she left, and then she came back again, and so I had to endure that for like every 3 minutes of her judging me about why I wasn't getting ready for anything. And it's like, well, how about you leave me alone and go play, do whatever you were doing, go explore. I don't know what her deal is today, but I figured definitely need to do something with her. And then it's supposed to be really nice again on Monday, and that's when we have to move. And so I haven't decided yet exactly where we're gonna go, but depends on if I'm actually gonna do the group run, little turkey trot thing on Thanksgiving or not. But I need to get that figured out. But either way, I have to hit the grocery store. So since we have to leave here anyways, we'll go and hit the grocery store, and it'll depend on where we're gonna go on which grocery store I'm gonna hit. Because the closest grocery store is in Prescott. Well, it's not even Prescott, it's Prescott Valley, which is about 20 miles away. And then, but that's kind of out of the way. If I'm gonna go to like Flagstaff or something, then it's like I might as well just go to the grocery store in Flagstaff. But we'll see. Flagstaff is snowy right now. Like, I'd love to go around maybe Schnebley Hill area, but even that might be snowy. There's only people out here hunting too, which is another reason why I kind of just want to do the small loop and be done, because I've been hearing gunfire down south of us towards the south end of the big loop where I was talking about going. I say that because I just heard another gunshot And they're definitely not like somebody just, you know, practicing. Like you get out here, people target shooting or whatever a lot. This is a high-powered rifle that I hear. Oh man. I'm out of like breakfasty stuff, so I did not have any breakfast. I am feeling it. This feels hard. I did, right before I went live, I did eat a little Go Squeeze applesauce thing, but that's like 70 calories is all. I figured I'm not doing a long run today, so I can just deal with it. I'll just suffer a little bit. It'll be fine. I put my sunglasses on and now I freaking can't see because that sun went away. But before I put them on, I couldn't see because it was bright out. Freaking dashboard is wigging out on me over here. Try and reset that a little bit. 2 miles an hour. Yeah, that's about right. Be closer to probably 2.3 miles an hour, but it rounds to the nearest hole, I guess. I thought I had it by tenths, but I guess not. So I'll have to go, and it's one thing I need to do today is just, I noticed my Twitch panels are so out of date yesterday, so I got to do that today, update those. Like so out of date. And then because I have to update my, this is what my next races are. Update my, what I have down, talking about the schedule, all that kind of stuff. So you know, we talked about all these other sections, but this little section right here, I'm like, would I be able to get through that with my van? I think I could. I mean, I will never drive up here with my van, but I always like to think, could I drive up that? There's a part of me though that does want to, at some point, drive all the way up and camp up on top up here. Just because I would love to see people's faces when they get up here to the top and, you know, in their freaking tricked out Jeeps and trucks and stuff, and side by sides, OHVs, and get to the top and see a van. Now, granted, my van's tricked out, but they don't know that. They get to the top and just be like, the fuck is their van? It's like in Colorado, the thing that gives me just the giggles is when all these people have these tricked out freaking Jeeps. They're gonna go four-wheeling up some of these roads, you know, at 3 miles an hour, taking their time climbing these mountain passes in Colorado. And then they get to the top and there's a freaking Subaru sitting up there. Oh, she's way down there. I was like, where's she at? Here she comes. She'll catch up. She was way down in the bottom of the ravine down there. See, right here I'm out of the wind, and now I'm overheating because it's 60 degrees out. When I was in that wind, I was freaking freezing, like actually shivering. It's so cold. With my coat and gloves on. I don't think she's drank any water since when we got back from the run last night. So what was that, like 16 hours ago or something? I guess not 16. Well, no, it'd be almost 16, I guess. Raccoon. Just made it back for her 10-mile run. Nice. Her little sister was special needs, and it was always funny because, like, she had most of the time you'd just go to sleep, and she'd be up until 2, 3 in the morning screaming at people on her video phone because she's deaf, so she can't tell how loud she is. And all these people that she would talk to, you know, and that would get her all wound up, and so she would be like just screaming as she's like, you know, yelling at these people, but vocally screaming as well. And but anyways, because she'd stay up so late, she would wake up usually, you know, like right around lunchtime, like noon or later sometimes. And then she'd eat like breakfast or whatever, or not breakfast, but lunch. Because, you know, we're getting ready to eat lunch. So then she'd be like, yeah, I'm hungry, I'll eat lunch. And it never failed. Every day around, you know, then we'd eat dinner later on, and it'd be like midnight, and she'd be like, oh, I forgot to eat breakfast. And then she would insist on eating breakfast because she missed breakfast, you know, 20 hours earlier in the day. So now I'm going to eat my breakfast. And it's like, no, you're actually eating like a midnight snack is what you're eating. You miss breakfast. If you miss a meal, even though that's not really how it works, really her lunch would have been her breakfast, so eating at midnight would be her dinner. But because I mean, we eat waffles and eggs all day. I mean, I could eat anything all day. Like, you know, people always make the comment, like, if you could only eat one food, you know, or one meal the rest of your life for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm like, that could be anything for me, you know. Like a freaking grand slam from, what is it, Denny's or IHOP or whatever. Every meal, I could do that. Or pizza. I eat pizza every meal. Like, I eat pizza for breakfast. Definitely eat it for lunch and dinner. And then for like breakfast food, one of our biggest like treats, Denny's Grand Slam has shrunk. Oh, really? I haven't ate it at Denny's forever. At least around Indiana. I'm guessing they're all like that. But I remember as a kid, like, one of our biggest treats as a kid for like dinner was when we would have breakfast for dinner. I used to love that. That was so awesome. Now, I'm not a big pancake person. I will choose waffles over pancakes, and I will choose French toast over everything when it comes to that kind of stuff. And then it's like, I love when you go to these little mom and pop, you know, kind of diners, and you'll be ordering breakfast, and then they'll be like, oh, do you want hash browns or home fries? And I'm like, who the hell is ordering home fries? Hash browns for sure, as long as they're cooked right. Like, why would you not? Home fries are like, to me, the ratio is wrong. Not enough crispy potato to the, you know, soft, meaty part of the potato. Where with hash browns, you get like that perfect ratio. And it's the same way for me for like, when you look at like just regular French fries, even not even home fries, it's just like regular French fries. It's like some of them are just too thick. Like a shoestring French fry is almost the perfect ratio. Like, that's why when I was working in Butte, there's a lot of breakfasts we used to get. Oh, burned down. French toast, yeah, way better. Better than all. But when I was stationed in Butte, I was still living in Helena because I was married at the time, and my now ex-wife had a really good job there. So there was, you know, I can drive the hour and a half to work one way every day. It was a pretty drive. Wintertime sucked, but it was a pretty drive. Because I had to go over 2 mountain passes, one of them being the Continental Divide, every day on my way to work and back from work. But anyways, this is way before I was into running and fitness in general. I did, because I was in the military, and I did whatever was the minimum required for me to meet the minimum standards on the fitness test. That was it. And I was fairly heavy. Like, I was on the verge of having to be taped for body fat composition standards during that time frame, but I would always Steak and Shake. Oh, I used to love going to Steak and Shake. But the only time I'd ever go was, like, the closest one to me was in Vegas. So whenever I'd be driving through Vegas, I could stop at a Steak and Shake. But I would always, like, give me my Wendy's, you know, the Dave's Big and Juicy Burger or whatever it's called, Dave's Burger. I'd take that over any other burger in a fast food chain.
And so I would go to Wendy's, the drive-thru, buy my burger, and then go over to McDonald's and buy the fries, because Wendy's had the really thick fries that weren't as good as the McDonald's fries. And people at my work would always laugh at me. I'm like, no, if I'm gonna eat fast food, I'm gonna make it worth my while. I'm gonna get the good stuff. And then I'd go over to Dairy Queen and get like either a dilly bar or a Blizzard or like a shake or something for a drink. So I stop at like 3 different places to get my lunch every day. Oh, she found her bone again. Yeah, Wendy's used to, but then they changed them. So like, my favorite thing to get at Wendy's was actually when they had them, was the spicy chicken nuggets. And their chicken nuggets were way better than McDonald's, because McDonald's chicken nuggets are just gross and spongy. At least the Wendy's ones felt like you were eating real chicken. Doesn't mean you were, but it felt like you were. But their spicy ones were good. Rallies or Checkers used to have really good fries, but they went out of business. Yeah, I actually haven't seen one of those forever. You used to see them all the time on military bases. Oh, military-based food courts. I think that still exists, but I remember that used to be there. And what was the sub place? Blimpies, which out of all the different like sub places, Blimpies is the worst. I don't care what you say. And then they had like a knockoff Starbucks, although Starbucks is now on most military bases, but back then when I was in, it was like a knockoff. I don't remember what it was called. Like green bean or something like that. I don't remember. We don't have a Blimpies near here, but Jimmy John's to me is the worst. Yeah, we have a Jimmy John's here, and my ex-wife loved going there. I didn't like it. My favorite, actually, which I wouldn't say they're the best, but my favorite is Jersey. Firehouse isn't bad either. Here in Montana, pretty much your only choice ever was Subway. Like, there was no other places. Get your subs from So Good. Relatively inexpensive. Those are better. It's like the taco or the burrito place. It's not a taco place. It's a burrito place that's in my building where I own my condo. Is just like a little local place, much like a Chipotle or Qdoba. That rock gave out on me. I almost went down. Type of burrito place, but it was way better because it's local, fresher, and it's actually cheaper than if you go to like Chipotle or somewhere. There used to be like the best place that I found for that type of a place in the US was in Bozeman, and maybe it's just because I'm biased. When I was living in Bozeman, it was just like a local establishment that was just freaking what do you call it? Where the building used to sit, somebody bought it, like the land, and so they just up and picked the building and moved it like 4 or 5 blocks down the street. So it was still just as good, same building and everything, but the parking lot was way bigger. And they actually like spent the money and like had a paved parking lot versus just a gravel parking lot and all this kind of stuff. Like they put some money into this place. And then like 4 years later, a developer came in and wanted to buy that to put in a huge ass apartment complex. And so then there's no place for them to move their building anymore. So they moved in with this little like brew house, I guess you could say. It wasn't really a brew, they didn't brew their own stuff, but they had, like, it was just a place you could go and drink beer. They had like 100, different microbrews and stuff on tap that you could go to. But they moved in with that, where the college kids would go, almost like skateboardy, snowboardy, skiing type of establishment, Like they freaking played, like, you'd go in there and they would have like oh geez, what kind of music would you say? Almost like I'm trying to remember what the heck the type of music is called. Like it had a genre. Like No Doubt started off in that genre, but kind of like that 90s Bob Marley in there, type of music, whatever they call that. What do they call that? Rastafarian? Is that what it is? Type of a vibe to it. Like awesome vibe. And for me, I mean, that was music I listened to when I was in college. So for me, it was awesome. And I started going there when I was in college. So, been a while since you've been in my career. Not much of a beer person. I'm not either, really. But I will say every now and then, like a lighter beer after like if it's like 90 degrees out and you've been outside all day and it's like ice cold, like even like a Pacifico or what's the other one that everybody drinks? I don't remember what it is, the other Mexican beer. But not Modelo, but the other one. Like one of those, if it's like super cold after being outside and hot, kind of hits a little bit. And then every now and then, like if I am gonna drink beer, it's usually like a really dark beer, like a porter or something, it's like a meal in itself. That's my kind of vibe. But I don't really drink anymore anyways. Like I drank, I don't know when it was. It's been a long time. And I was in between training blocks. When I'm training in a training block, I will not have a drink at all. And I was in between training blocks and I was celebrating something with a friend. I don't remember what it was, but I definitely had way too much to drink. I mean, I felt so horrible for like 4 days after that. Like I was puking the next day. I didn't even puke that night. I remember sitting there with my friend and I was like we're right in a drunken conversation, and I'd be like, excuse me, I'm not leaving the conversation because I'm not interested. I really just need to go puke. Went in the bathroom and just retched so bad. And I really didn't have, like, for most people, a lot to drink. It was just the fact that I haven't had anything to drink hardly, you know. Like, I used to have just bottles and bottles of freaking alcohol in my pantry. But I have a margarita. Margaritas are probably if I'm gonna have something to drink, margaritas most likely what I will have. But it was like, you know, like I had tons of different types of liquor in my pantry, but I used it for cooking because I was a big, like, more desserty type, you know, like a baker or, you know, stuff like that, making desserts. And so I always had stuff for that mostly. So it was like your flavored vodkas or Grand Marnier, you know, brandy for that kind of stuff. Oh, I do like me an eggnog at Christmas time too. And it has to have some sort of like brandy or something in it. But yeah, so I would, like, people would come here, they're like, God dang, this guy must be a freaking alcoholic, because they don't, you know, look in my pantry and I'd have like 15 bottles of booze in there. But then you look at them and all, it's like, obviously I just have them in there for cooking. Like, but yeah, I pretty much just quit drinking, like, oh geez, it was probably 5 years ago, because like it affected my training, which in a way would kind of suck, because then I'd be out with my friends and I would be the designated driver. But then also I'm like, oh yeah, still, like, even like we'll go out, you know, so if I'm not in like a training block, I might have a beer with everybody, but that's about it. And that's only like after Javelina. I don't really socialize. I'm an introvert. I don't really socialize that much. But it's like after Javelina, the media house had a big pool, the little Airbnb that they had for all of us, the production crew. Where's she at? I think she needs a drink. She's up over here somewhere. Wait for her. Let me take the gloves off. While we wait, hands are getting a little cold. But it's like, so I could have gone and hung out with everybody, but it's like, nah, me and my dog, we're just gonna go out, camp out somewhere. Where she's at. I hear her, but I don't know where she's at. Oh, somebody is camped out over here on that little road. That's weird. Or that little pull out, I guess. There's like, I see like a camper trailer. I didn't notice that anybody was over there. Yeah, you'll value your train too. There she is. She was way out there. Okay, get a drink. Here, slow down, get a drink. No, get a drink. Good job. Y'all good? Okay. Little weirdo. Love how I have to stop her. Like, she would have just ran right by that. It was obvious that she was thirsty on her when we were up on the ridge. There is a part of me that's like kind of wishing I would have gone to that one after Javelina, just because I mean, I could have just parked outside and slept there. I mean, they actually had a bed for me in the media house even. But I don't do well. I would have been sharing a room with like 4 other people. Which, I don't mind. I mean, I did that for like 4 months in Europe because I was going to hostels. But the part of me afterwards was like, oh man, because I found out there's a girl that works for the company that I think she does. I don't know what she does, but I think she works for the company. I don't even know. That was gonna head over there and I'm not saying I would have had a chance, but me and her have flirted quite a bit. Back and forth with each other, so it's like, who knows, you know? Why is this sign missing? Wasn't this sign just up here the other day? What the hell? It's like being back in college where people used to steal road signs in the middle of the night. And they either don't drink or they just have a way to pull. I just pour. She is really good about telling me when she needs water. Like I can just tell. Especially if I ask her if she needs some water. If she needs some water, then she'll run up to me and kind of lick her lips. Oh, she's way down there. I thought she was off to the left. Gosh dang her. She's always fooling me like that. I saw her go way off to the left, and then she's just running the drainage down ahead of us. So she's really good about that. And if I don't ask her, she'll even come up sometimes and just give subtle hints saying that she needs some water. But then also I can tell, like, you know, that she really needs some water. Like, most of the time, she's good. She can, like, she might be a little thirsty, but she's still good. She can go for a while. Now, if you guys remember old Riley dog, that dog, gosh dang. I would have gone through a quart of water already just on this run with that dog. She is a drinker. Wow, this is like way more eroded. With all the rain and stuff we've gotten. That's weird that that's where that person decided to camp up at. Like, you're right next to the road. Like, there's this spot up here. You could have, that guy could have came up here. This road ain't that bad. But there he is over there. Your dogs have their one drink and then they're generally good for the rest of the walk. Yeah. Her just depends on how far we're going. Like, if it's, 70 degrees or colder, she can go freaking 10 miles without needing a drink. She's good. But once you get above that, like 70 degrees, then she needs a little bit of water, probably every, depending on how fast we're moving and everything, of course, but every 5K or so, she would need, not a lot. I mean, she'd be fine with like a couple ounces is all. But if once it gets above like 80, 85 or so, then she doesn't really need a lot of water to drink, but she gets super hot. And that makes her more thirsty, I guess, in a way. But she hates it when I pour water over her to keep her cool. That's why when she was younger, I trained her to drink out of my water bottle. And now she sees me pull the water bottle out like that, and she runs the other way because it was actually, we were out here is where I first had to do it, and we were climbing up the plateau, and it was super hot day, and so I was just trying to cool her off, and it was making her cool, and you could tell she liked it, like she felt cooler. But the act of me putting it on her, she did not like. It's like this morning when she came running back in from doing whatever she was doing. She had like freaking 4 big, long ass prickly pear needles sticking out of her front shoulder. And so I was like trying to pull them out, and she's like fighting me, like, no, get away. And then I'd pull one out, and she was like, oh, that felt so good. And then you go to grab the next one, and she's like, no, those are mine, get away. And then I'd pull it out, and she was like, oh, I feel so much better. It's like, you fool. It's just like when she has, especially when we get over by, what is it, Wilcox, Arizona? That little area out there, which we will be at eventually, probably January, just because it's good flat roads for my training for what I need to do. But the cholla over there is horrendous, and she, like I said, I don't know if it's something it just smells good to her or what, or she just likes the fact that it hurts. She'll go over there and step on it, and she'll have it just stuck all out of her paws, and she's like, doesn't want to move anywhere because it's stuck in her paws. Figured we'd come over here and let her go explore the little pond over here. Get too hot now. High's 40 today. Yeah. But she'll have like stuff just sticking out of her paws, and it's like lifting her paw up, and it's like looking at me like, will you help? And then I go over there and try and help her, and she's like, get away from me. It's like, you just figure out what you want to do. Wow, this is a lot lower than it was a week ago. I thought with all the rain we got, this would be a lot taller or a lot deeper. She's having fun though. Oh, she saw something over here. Probably a frog. Or a squirrel, who knows. Somebody down the road. Is the spring springing? Maybe the spring isn't springing. That's the only reason why. That doesn't make sense though. Why would it not be flowing? It is not. The spring is not springing, even with after all that water. Oh, that guy is just hauling ass. Oh, somebody else coming from the other direction too, hauling ass. So the spring comes up from right here into this stock tank. And then it flows through the stock tank into the pond. It used to just flow straight into the pond, and then they put in that stock tank. what it is. Okay, she says her fun, I guess, so we're going back. Oh, I don't know how much of this I'm gonna run and how much I'm gonna walk, because I just have zero oomph today. And it is uphill all the way back to the van. So. That breeze feels nice. It's starting to get really hot. I don't know what the high is supposed to be here today, but it was 60 degrees this morning when I woke up, which was weird because that means it like warmed up in the middle of the night because it was frigid this morning or in the middle of the night when I got up at like what was that, like 2:30, 3 in the morning I had to get up and use the bathroom, and like it was cold. Like I actually started the heater in the van, which I think I've only had to do one other time since we've been here. And like it was cold inside the van, like 42 degrees, somewhere around like 42 degrees in the van. And then I went out, like opened the door, to go out and use the bathroom, and I had to put my puffy coat on because it was so freaking cold. And then woke up this morning and it was still like it had gone down, but it was in like it still got cold inside the van. I think it was like 52, I think is what the van said on the inside, because my inside thermometer works, just the outside one is not working very good. Double layers and heavy socks. Yeah. But then when I finally woke up this morning, the sun wasn't even up yet. The sun, I think the sunrise is right around like 7:15, 7:20, I think, in the morning here. But I went outside and I put my puffy coat on thinking, well, it was freezing last night. It's got to be even colder now because the coldest part of the day is about 20 minutes after sunrise. And the sun isn't even up yet. And I put my puffy coat on, opened the door, and just got blasted with like warmer air temps. I was like, what the hell? And so then when we woke up, or when I looked at the temperature, and it said it was 60 degrees outside. I'm like, so we had a 20 degree warming trend from like 3 in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning. And then the wind kicked up and it felt frigid. Like I said, like when we started, it was cold. And that wind had only been blowing maybe half an hour before I got ready to go for a run. But man, it was cold. And now there's hardly any wind, and what I do feel isn't as frigid. It's just nice. It's a cool wind, which is nice because I'm warm with my coat on. But where did she go? Oh, here she comes. Oh, I gotta catch up to her. She's leaving me. Don't really like running. No, really don't feel like running. Whew. Whew, my legs do feel tired after 11 miles yesterday. Because you got to remember, I'm still trying to get back into it and building up my mileage for weekly totals. So, granted, will I do a 100-mile week in this training block? I don't know. Like, training for like Cocodona, the little training I did, training for Mammoth. It seems like my body, now that I'm older, responds better to a little bit lower mileage. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do 120 miles a week anymore. Like right around like 75, 80 seems to be my sweet spot. But I'll probably still do at least maybe one 100-mile week in my training block, but we'll see. Oh, for me, the most important part is going to be just getting my long runs in. Get a couple not a couple. So you might look at my training block. I have like 7 20+ mile long runs scheduled in there, and like 2 of those weekends, or might even be 3, are back-to-backs. So like I'll do I think the first time I do the back-to-backs, I think it's a 20 and a 20. So on Friday I'll do a 20 miler, and then Saturday do another 20 miler. And then the next weekend, I think it's Friday's a 30 miler, and then Saturday's a 20 miler. And then the next week, I think I go back down to just a 20 and a 20. Actually, I think the next week after that, I just have a single 30. I think I have a back-to-back. I think it's only 2 back-to-backs. And all that is to train your body to keep pushing on tired legs, to keep pushing long distances on tired legs, which is a must if you're doing 100-mile plus races. Like a 100K, 50K, any of that. Doing more road training, yeah, because my next race, like a race, is the U.S. Track and Field 100-mile road national championships. And I have DNF'd that race 2 times in a row now, 2 years in a row. And both times I was sitting just outside a podium. And if I would have just been able to maintain, I would have finished on the podium. And you never know from year to year what the competition level is going to be like. But like last year, I sat up until I finally DNF'd at mile 48. And just because I was having stomach issues, so I couldn't get any nutrition and hardly any water in me. So I was just death at that mark. But even at that point, I think I was in 6th place, and last year was super competitive. Like, I took 1st place, set the US record until he got DQ'd because he was wearing shoes that were illegal. And then one of the other guys that was set out to try and beat the US record. He was there. He ended up DNFing at the same exact mileage as me. And then there's like 2 other people that were, you know, pro level runners that also DNF before me. So like, I just had to keep maintaining. Now last year I would have only, like the best I could have done if I kept right around what I had set for my pace, because I had my pace slowing, you know, as you get further into the race. So if I would have just been able to maintain my pace plan, which even when I hit mile 48, I was still doing pretty good. I was a little behind my pace plan, but not too far. And if I would have just been able to maintain, I think I was going to finish 5th, if I remember right. But this year, my goal, I do have a time goal, but more importantly, my main goal is just to finish. So if my day starts to unravel, I'm just going to take as much time as I need to regroup just to finish. I am finishing that damn race. But if I'm having a good day, I'm going to try and meet my time goal. And if I'm feeling really good and I'm podium contention, then I will push myself and try to get a podium. So it just depends. I looked at the roster already, which is kind of weird. A lot of people will sign up at the last minute, which doesn't make any sense to me. Why they would do that, other than the fact that maybe they like competition wise, they don't want their competitors to know, and so they're secretly training for it, and then at the last minute because it's not like you could just jump into this race. So that's most likely what it is. They will secretly trade for it, and then, you know, a week out they sign up for it. Because that happened last year. And it was like all of a sudden, a surprise, all these people showed up. As it stands right now, there's only like, I think 2 competitive runners, you know, like for open. I mean, there's a lot of people that are signed up because, like I said, this is national championships. So there's age group championships. You always get the octogenarians that show up, like 12 of them every year. So these 80-plus-year-old people that show up, and they're out there. They're trying to set, you know, age group records, like world records. Like it's competitive. Like last year, that ended up being the most competitive race within the race. But as far as like the open is concerned, I only recognize 2 names on there. Now, I wouldn't doubt somebody like Scott Traer will show up trying to set a US age group record, because he's in the same age group as me. And you never know, he might show up. One person I'd love to see there, although he'd be in a different age group now because he just turned 50, but would be Michael Wardian. I'd love to see him show up and try and set a age group record. And the thing is, like, if he would have, as a trail runner, oh wow, there's a lot of people right there. What the heck are they doing right there? Are they hunting? I wonder if they are. You probably don't know, or maybe they drove up the other road and saw that I was parked there. But like, as a trail runner, if you would have asked me to do a race like this, the thought of 100 miles on freaking asphalt and concrete would be like, oh hell no. There's 3 people up there. That is just weird. See, welcome to the weekend. We haven't seen anybody all week, and now you got 3 people up on this random road right here that dead ends right where they're at. Like, you can't go any further. Now, I think they can actually see my van from there. Almost positive. Maybe there is a mining claim up there, so they could be up there for a mining claim. That road don't go nowhere. Like, it dead ends, because we went up it, me and her, just to explore it. And then we were able to cross country. We got cut across back over to the road that we're on. They look like they're out doing like 4-wheeling. Those are not vehicles built for that. But they also are not out, definitely not out like camping, because none of those are camping vehicles either. So I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, maybe they have that mining claim up there and they're gonna work it or something. Or maybe they're out here just shooting. Who knows? Anyways, the only reason why I ever signed up for it a couple years ago is for the challenge. That's the whole reason why I signed up for Cocodona, just because it'd be a challenge. And I'll tell you what, it is a challenge doing, I mean, a marathon on a road course is hard enough. I'll do 4 of those back to back to back to back. Oh, we'll get to, I'm pretty sure you can see me from there, where they're at. It's kind of weird though. What are they doing up there? First off, I've never seen anybody just randomly go up that road like to explore it or anything, because unless you have a map, you don't even know that road's there. Because like, if you're driving down that road, the main road, the entrance where this road comes up off of there is pretty much non-existent. Unless you're doing like 3 miles an hour down the main road and you're looking off to your right. And even then, it doesn't look like it's a road. Is a challenge, yeah, see? That's why I signed up for any race really anymore. It's like I have my bucket list races that I want to do, but none of it is to be competitive or anything like that. Somebody's come through here on a bike this morning. That rock has been torn up. And it was not like that last night, or I guess it could be a deer or something might have hit it. Because I don't see any fresh looking bike tracks, but I mean, there's bike tracks, but that could have been the ones we saw from yesterday. I don't know. But we came through that and there was definitely not anything there. Oh, the trail's pretty much dried up though right now. It's still damp, but it's not like soft. So I think somebody could ride a bike down here and you never know. did have a time goal, but mainly just wanted the challenge. Yeah. Well, for the USATF 100-mile championships, the only reason why I have a time goal, that time goal is the men's B standard to get into Desert Solstice, which for me, that's a 24-hour race. And you have to, in order to get in, you have to be able to run 100 miles in a certain time goal. So that's the only reason why I have a time goal. And that race, the only reason why I want to do it is because it'd be another challenge. Because that is on a track, like a high school track. And so you're just running in circles for 100 or for 24 hours on this track. Now they do, I think it's every 4 hours, they make you change direction, which is good. So you're not going the same direction the whole time. I think it's every 4 hours. It's either every 4 hours or every 6 hours. I don't remember which. But now you have the bug, yeah. Yeah, it's like they joke about how, you know, you get done running a marathon, or on the ultra scene, you just get done running a 100-miler and you're like, I'm never doing that again. And then the next day you're signing up for the next one. And then you're in the moment running it and you're like, why the F did I sign up for this? This freaking sucks. And then you get done again and you're like, I'm never doing that again. And then like 1 or 2 days later, you're signing up for another one. On the ultra scene, like the trail scene, I don't remember how it is for a lot of different road races, like marathons or half marathons or whatever, but on the trail scene, it's a good thing that registration isn't open like 2 days afterwards of doing that race. Like, it's a good thing you have to wait like, 6 months in order to sign up for the race again. Have time to think about it. It's like 2 years ago. Well, let's go back 3 years ago. Well, no, even 2 years ago. Cocodona. They didn't sell out, like, between all the races. And so then during 2 years ago, when people are watching it, just TVs, watching the race all week, they get all inspired and they're like, so they opened up registration while the race was going on. And they, within a week of the race, they were sold out, completely sold out. And then somebody like me, who was gonna try and do it, I was told by the RD, because I wasn't gonna have to pay for it. I was told by the RD and everything, because I had been volunteering and contracted, to work the broadcast on this race for so much. I had done so much with the race that they were like, we're just gonna let you get in for free. And so I just had to register and get on the wait list. And I was told they were gonna bump me up on the wait list. They were gonna give me one of the elite spots, all this